What up, y'all? I'm back with another video, and I'm here to discuss again um, the debut studio album from Ash Riser entitled Ghosts. I know I'm doing another discussion. I know I told you guys that when it comes to discussions of an album or new albums that drop, I do it in a new series that I have called Album Summarizations, or just new albums, and then I put the names of the artists, not necessarily the project names. People will find people are more receptive of the artist's name. They may not necessarily know what the artist's project is entitled, but they know the artist, of course. So, like I did with French Montana and Stally. I think I did another one, but I didn't title it album summarizations or new albums. I didn't put the artist's name, but yeah, today I'm going to discuss an album separately because I feel like it deserves a separate discussion. It's almost like a review. I almost came up. Well, I have an idea of what I would rate this album, but yeah, Ash Riser Ghost debut studio album. He's been active since like 2004, and I read up on him a little bit, and to kind of find out, he started off as a singer slash guitarist of an indie rock group. I didn't go any much deeper into that, but I could definitely feel the indie rock vibe listening to this album. I found out he was a singer slash guitarist of the indie rock group after listening to this album a few times, and I have to say, 17 tracks, 55 minutes. It's under the alternative hip hop genre, but if I'm being honest, I'm getting more of like I don't want to say indie rock. I'm getting a soul, I guess indie rock vibe from this. Am I getting a hip hop vibe? Yes, with of course, Tay Beasts, Left Brain, guys like that producing some tracks on here. I'm getting the hip hop vibe, but I'm really getting more of a rock, more of a soul, not neo soul, but just a soul vibe from this. Really, and I'm not gonna say he sounds like these guys, at least musically, but I'm gonna say if you like music like horror, H 0909, Death Grips, maybe even Run the Jewels, Bone, Suicide Boys. It definitely doesn't sound like them, but if you like music like that, along with Clipping, Brockhampton, John Mayer or Meyer, if you like, well, I'll get to that note in a minute. Maybe even Maroon 5, Mad Season, the Above album from them, St. Paul and the Broken Bones. I'm really getting that kind of vibe. I reviewed their Sea of Noise album last year. They're a soul group from Alabama. If you like music like that, I think you'd like this. He reminds me more of St. Paul and the Broken Bones and horror, kind of. Not Death Grips, definitely not Run the Jewels, definitely not Bones and Suicide Boys, but I definitely feel like if you like that kind of music, you'd like this album. Now, one note I have in particular is the Madden soundtrack. It was either Madden, I want to say it was Madden 16. There was this one song on there. She's so fly. She while she hit the sky in the da 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 da. That song. His vocals remind me of whoever sung that song off of the Madden 16 soundtrack. So music like that, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting off of this. I'm getting soul, I'm getting indie rock. I'm getting more indie rock on the production side with some hip hop, but I'm getting more of a soul vibe from his vocals, like the way he's delivering. Like he doesn't really rap really that much on this album. He's more so he's melodic. He's singing soulfully on these beats that he produces most of. He produced like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He produced 10 tracks on here. He helped produce one with Left Brain. Left Brain produced one in particular solo. Which one did he produce? Too Cool. Okay. And there are some features on here. The one from Left Brain, not just from production, but on track number 9, that was produced by Tay Beast. Left Brain raps on there. There are 6 features out of the 17 tracks, and 3 tracks on here are skits. And I have to say, the first half was cool, but the second half completely, like, it blew me away. Like, tracks 9 through 13, I was like, my God, this is amazing. Like, tracks like Selfish, what track was it? That was the 7th track for the first half of the album. when he talked about how this girl, she fucked his friend behind his back or something like that, and he just told her to get the hell out. And then with the track like Can't Breathe, track number 13, saying he starts off saying you're so overdosed on Xanax, and that you can't breathe, and he keeps going on into more subjects on that track. Then there's the track 15, Money Change Everything. It's just like it changed his relationship with people, his family, friends, and with a track like Turn the Channel, I feel like he's saying like you just turn the channel off. What I'm feeling, this I want to change the channel. And then the last track, Record and Drugs, which is one of my favorite tracks, might be my favorite track on here. Just talks about how some homies of his sell records, most of his friends sell drugs. He gets off for the low though. Just with tracks like I said, 9 through 13, like track 9, Lord Don't Fail Me Now, Too Cool, Deja Vu, Take Me to Your Leader. It's like what I'm getting from this is that it's very personal, of course, with what he's speaking on. But I feel where the Ghosts title might come from. I might be misinterpreting this, and I love the album cover, by the way. That's why I felt like a horror vibe, because it kind of reminded me of theirs. And it looked like something the Death Grips might do, or Bones or Suicide Boys, maybe even Run the Jewels. But Brockhampton, not sure. Clipping, I don't think so. But just with that album cover, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get a bit of a rock vibe. I kind of, like I said, indie rock vibe, kind of on the production. But as far as his vocals, I'm getting a soul vibe. But they mesh perfectly, and a little bit of hip hop here and there. So, but what I get from this album, given the title of the album is Ghosts, I feel that he's saying that people are going ghost, like from him, like they're here and then something happens, like maybe money or something, and it just completely changes. They go ghost, or he's trying to get away from those people, so he goes ghost. It's like I feel like I kind of understand what this album's about. I'm gonna keep listening to it, but that's why I'm not titling this a review, because I don't really have a rating for this. I don't really have like a full I don't have a full grasp of what this album is, if you ask me. The second half, I think I have it completely figured out. The first half, I need to listen to that more and more, and then the rest of the second half, and then just listen to it completely. And maybe I'll come back with a review, but for now, I just wanted to discuss this album. I can't believe this slipped. I can't believe I missed this. I don't know who Ash Riser is, but I feel like I should know about somebody like this, given the production that he has on here, who's featured. Quentin Miller's featured on the first track. I'm not a Quentin Miller dude or anything, but still, it's just like, man, how did this slip through the cracks? I'm not sure if I've seen any of the YouTube reviewers that I watch review this album. I don't think I've seen a video of anybody reviewing it. I've seen some written reviews. I didn't read them, but I've seen links to written reviews, and it's just like, I feel like people are kind of sleeping on this, you know? So, but like I said, if you like music like the artists that I mentioned, this is for you. If you like indie rock, if you like soul, you like hip hop, alternative hip hop, this is for you. And it's funny that it's called alternative hip hop. I'd rather like call this an alternative rock, alternative soul album, if I'm being honest. Maybe that'll change as I keep listening to it. But until then, I'm just gonna say alternative rock, alternative soul. So if you've heard this album, go ahead and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and what you think about what I've said about the album. Don't be surprised if you see me come back later this week or sometime in the future and give this a full review. So, like I said, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, what you think about what I said about it. And if you haven't listened to it, I recommend that you definitely listen to this. So be sure to hit the like button if you like this discussion. Share the video if you liked it and want other people to see it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And check the description for everything. My social medias, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. My Bandcamp, Patreon, Venmo, Vimo, Square Cash, Cash App, PayPal. And that's primarily if you want to support my movements as far as YouTube, music, entertainment, etc. But you could always just support by doing what you're doing right now and just watching the video. That's more than enough. So thank you for watching. And yeah, I will see y'all next time.